art room procedures.
How to come into the art room.
When you come into the art room, you should be quiet and calm. The last person should shut the door. Come and sit on the floor behind the silver tape and give Mrs. Taylor your attention.
Where to find blank white paper?
You can find blank white paper in the purple bucket above the coloring sheets.
What to do if you have a dull pencil? If your pencil is dull, you can put it into the orange bucket that says dull. Then you can take a pencil from the cup that says sharp. If you need an eraser for your pencil, you can grab an eraser cap from the black cup. Table bins.
In the colored bins on each table, there are basic supplies. These are called table bins. This is where you will find pencils, erasers, glue sticks, and scissors.
More art supplies.
On the white shelves next to the drawing rack are coloring supplies. This is where you can find markers, crayons, oil pastels, and colored pencils. There are also thin and thick black Sharpie markers and rulers.
What to do when Mrs. Taylor rings the bell. When Mrs. Taylor rings the bell, you need to give her your attention. You should put down anything in your hands, put your hands on your head, don't talk, and look at Mrs. Taylor.
Thank you for your attention. Time to clean up.
When it is time to clean up, if you have any dry, flat artwork, you can put it in the bin that says, "Turn in your artwork here." The bin is next to the coloring sheets. You can look for the blue monster on the wall behind the bin to help you find it.
How to set up to paint.
To get set up to paint, you can get your paper and then you need to get a placemat. You will also need to grab a paintbrush or two. They are in the cups on the wall by the sink. If you are painting with watercolors, you need to get a half cup of water. You can use one of the yogurt cups by the sink and fill it halfway with water. Don't forget to put your name on your paper with a pencil before you clean up.
How to clean up from painting.
When you are ready to clean up from painting, the first thing you should do is put your artwork in the drying rack. If the rack is full, put down another rack for the next person. When you are cleaning up your dirty paintbrushes, just drop them into the soapy bucket in the sink. Next, dump your water cup in the sink. Rinse it out and put it back. Then you can put your placemat back neatly at the front of the room. When all of your painting supplies are put away, you can sponge your table if it is dirty. Get a sponge from the yellow basket by the sink and get it wet. Squeeze it out in the sink so the sponge isn't dripping. Wipe your table with the sponge to clean up your mess. and then put the sponge back in the yellow basket. You can get a towel to dry your table. On the wall by the library door, there are reusable towels that hang on bars. Grab one of these to dry your table. Put the towel back on a bar when you are done.
Art smocks.
Sometimes when you are painting, Mrs. Taylor will require you to put on an art smock. If you need an art smock, you can get one from the basket that says art smocks. Put one on and you're all set.
Choice time.
If you finish everything you are supposed to do for the day, you can go to choice time. For choice time, you can choose a coloring sheet, dot-to-dot sheet, or blank white paper. Or you can choose to do one of the activities on the black shelves. Or you can draw or color in your sketch journal. You can choose what you would like to do. Every student in 1st through 5th grade gets a sketch journal. This is a journal with blank paper. You can draw or color anything you want in this journal when you have choice time. Sometimes we do activities in our sketch journal together as a class. Your sketch journal lives in the art room until you leave Rolling Hills. Then you can take it with you to keep.
What to do when a marker runs out.
If you are using a marker and it runs out, you can recycle it. Put the marker in our marker recycling in the black and the orange shoebox that's on top of the coloring sheets.
Computers and printer.
The computers in the art room are only used to help you with your artwork. You cannot use them to play games. You can use the desktop computers and the MacBooks. You can look up an image on the computer to help with your artwork. You are not allowed to print without Miss Taylor's permission.
The kiln.
The kiln is behind the big drying rack. This is where Mrs. Taylor cooks clay. When the kiln is on, it gets very hot. You are not allowed to go over by the kiln unless you have Mrs. Taylor's permission. Do not cross the tape line on the floor.
Trash and recycling.
There are 3 trash cans in the art room. There's a trash can by the front door, a trash can to the left of the sinks, and a small trash can next to Miss Taylor's desk. This is also where you can find our recycle bin.
Where to line up at the end of class.
When it is time to line up at the end of the day, the line should start at the front door and continue back next to the drying rack.
The end.
Special thanks to Keely Koza for all her help.